Now, if you've ever dreamed of becoming a professional footballer, you've definitely heard this stat before.
Only 180 out of 1.5 million youth players in England make it to the Premier League. That's 0.012%.
Now, although this might seem like a really low percentage, take a look at this chart. This is the percentage of academy versus non-academy players that make up senior professional teams in football, and the majority of the players are non-academy players. So your chance of going pro as a non-academy player might just be higher than you think. But the question still begs, if you're in an academy setting, wouldn't that mean that you have the best possible chance of becoming a professional? Well, here's the thing. I have grown up playing non-academy football my whole life, and I always thought that it was a curse. I mean, after all, it would be a lot easier if you just got yourself into an academy where the entire setting was just to breed the footballer out of you. But being a non-academy player, the one thing that it taught me was how to teach myself. When you're not in a spoon-fed structure, you're forced to build your own and you're forced to learn. Now that either breaks you or it forges you into someone who can adapt and survive. When you come from a non-academy setting, there is no hand-holding. There are no pre-season plans made for you. There are no nutrition plans made for you. You don't get tactical sessions from world-class coaches. You don't get strength and conditioning programs. Everything that you do is on your own will. You have to figure out everything on your own, and that's where the actual growth happens. Now, don't get me wrong. I grew up playing in a boys' club, which means I did have coaches that were guiding me. But that was just twice a week, 2 hours each time. The rest of the 166 hours of the week, that was my responsibility. And that was where the actual learning started. The team sessions focused on technicality, but everything else that I learned, from creating a gym plan to my nutrition to recovery, it was either from reading books, watching YouTube videos, or now after spending 3 years in university, my sports science degree. And the best part is when you teach yourself, you don't just learn what to do, you also learn why you're doing it. Even in my solo training sessions, the planning, the execution, it all came from me. All of that built problem-solving skills and muscles that no coach could have ever put in me. I didn't just learn how to train, I learned how to train with the right intention. Because when you're competing with players who have all these facilities, you don't have the luxury to waste time. Every workout that you do needs to help you in some way, and the only way to do that is if you understand the purpose of that workout. That's how you learn to recognize weaknesses, take control of your own learning, and also build independence. When you learn to do things this way, you would know for a fact that even if you got kicked out of your club, you would still be able to improve because you know how to structure your training. And that confidence, it changes everything. Because whenever you hit a dip, now you don't panic. You just take a step back, you analyze, you plan, and then you execute. You don't wait for a coach to save you. You become your own coach. And honestly, at this point, I don't even need a personal trainer. I did get an online plan last month because there was a very specific problem that I just couldn't figure out on how to solve. And I won't say that I've mastered it all, but if you gave me an 8x8 space with a sole football, I would be able to create an entire session for myself that can actually help me improve myself. That's freedom and that's independence, and that only comes when you've learned to figure it out on your own. You get to experiment, fail, and find the answer to your problems in many different ways. You learn to solve problems instead of being handed answers. Sure, the process is way longer, but the payoff is also much higher. And if you don't believe me, just rewind this video to the start and look at the numbers, because the numbers don't lie. Now, I'm not saying that an academy is bad or that you should purposely not go to an academy. Of course, it's great to be in an academy. After all, the whole point of an academy is to breed footballers. All I'm saying is, just because you're not in an academy, it does not mean that you're done for. You're not unlucky, and it's not that you have no hope of going pro. Not being in an academy might be exactly what you need to go pro. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you gained something valuable from this video.